Hello, church. As you see, I'm standing in the middle of our sanctuary, beautifully decorated for Christmas. This year, we were ready and excited to welcome all of you and our neighbors to worship and celebrate the birth of Christ. Unfortunately, because of the fast rising number of COVID cases in the city, especially during the past few days, we are forced to move our Christmas Eve service online this year and forego a meeting in person. I want you to know the decision was not an easy one and that it was not made in a vacuum. This is how we arrived to it. We consulted with our staff, our session, other large congregations here in the city, and with our COVID consultant who's formerly with the CDC, and he's been at the forefront of this fight against COVID from the very beginning. We also reviewed COVID numbers and vaccination boosters and statistics for this specific zip code and employed several risk assessment calculators to make that decision. We want you to know also that we explored many different possibilities, many alternatives trying to make it happen, but in the end, it became painfully clear that the risk of having an in-person Christmas worship service in this sanctuary, in this zip code, a couple of days from now was way too high. The decision, as you can imagine, was heartbreaking. We are pivoting, however, as fast as we can to make the online experience as meaningful as possible for everyone. So on December 24th, while the church won't be together in the sanctuary, we will gather as a church online. We'll meet in YouTube, our YouTube channel, for two special broadcasts of our Christmas worship service. The prelude for the first broadcast will start at 4:10 p.m. with a call to worship starting at 4:30. And for those of you who love the tradition of the 11 p.m. service, the prelude will begin at 10:40 and the service at 11, the call to worship at 11. Those services, I have to tell you, are the same file. They will be absolutely identical, and the live chat will be open for us on the side to greet each other and to interact as an online church the way that we normally do on Sunday mornings. And of course, you and your family are able to watch it any time after 4:10 p.m., but we invite you specifically to gather in front of your computers and TV to worship with us during one of these two broadcasts. Now, we also know the candle lighting is an important part of that service, so we also invite you to stop here by the church during office hours, both Wednesday and Thursday, if you'd like to pick up some candles for you and your family. Now, additionally, because we don't know how long the surge is going to last, we need to hold our worship services online again on December 26th, January 2nd, and January 9th. And all ministries of the church will also go virtual until at least January 10th. That said, a group of us will meet on the first few days of the year to assess COVID changes and devise new protocols for the remainder of the month of January. We pray that by then things will have changed and are starting to go in the right direction. Needless to say, I imagine that this news is disappointing for many of you, many of us. We are beyond heartbroken about it as well, and yet the message is there. We affirm that the one that we celebrate on Christmas Eve, God incarnate, calls us all to love our neighbors as ourselves and to care for each other and the community that we're part of. And so with that affirmation, join us this Friday online as we celebrate Christmas Eve and we affirm the best news that humanity has ever heard, the good news of Emmanuel, God with us. Have a blessed Christmas, and we'll see you online.